Welcome back to Roaming with Restless Women. Today I have Ada Gore. Ada is a journal creator, speaker, and former executive coach who believes that reinvention begins with a blank page. After being fired from a high-profile leadership role, Ada traded burnout for breakthroughs, using journaling as her tool for transformation. Now, a happily married mom of four and an author of multiple guided journals, she helps women radically honest, clear on what they want, and be bold enough to create it, whether that means love, purpose, or a whole new life chapter. She joins us today to talk about the power of pen and paper, the surprising magic of midlife, and why it's never too late to rewrite your story. So, welcome, Ada. Thank you for that intro. It's wonderful.
Thank you. I'm really happy to be here. Thank you so much.
Well, I'm real excited to hear about your prior life, and what happened when you got fired. Did you just, like you said, burn out, or what happened?
It was one of those situations where I should have left. I
Yeah.
knew I should have left. I had needed to leave for a couple of years, but it was like golden handcuffs. I just
Oh,
was like, I knew I needed to make this leap, but I was a single mom and
mm,
I was too scared. I
yeah.
was just too scared and I didn't, sit with it. And so I got fired a week before Christmas and just crumbled, on the
Oh, I'm
floor
sure.
with a bottle of wine, crying, just like, so I gave myself a week till
Hmm.
Christmas to just, my son was in daycare. I kept him in the daycare. I let myself cry all day and feel so bad for myself. And then when I'd gotten all the tears out, I have always turned to pen and paper. I've always been a journaler, like an avid journaler, but I really, poured it out onto the page and I got really clear and I was like, this is the best thing that's ever happened to me.
Yeah.
Actually, this is the best thing that's ever happened to me. And made these radical, huge transformative steps, just took them one after another. And it's like that idea of like the path will be revealed to you as you step onto the stones, kind of like, it's not there until you take the step. And so I was really supported and able to really do amazing things, things I'd always wanted to, but I was so scared to do it. And
Hmm.
journaling was a huge part of it. So then that's
Wow.
how I got into executive coaching. That's when I went back to school and I got my degree is actually it's a bachelor's of applied sciences, but my emphasis was in conflict management and business leadership. And
Okay.
so I was an executive coach specifically for owner operator, and mostly dentists because my previous career had all been in dentistry. So I was a practice manager of a large dental practice that I had helped grow. And that's what I got
Uh-huh.
fired from because the doctor sold it and the new owners came in and fired me. And so, which of course, um, but that's when I got into executive coaching. And it was really in the trenches of the coaching that I realized, like, oh my goodness, I so identify with my clients in that I often am either lacking clarity on what I want or lacking the permission to let myself want it because I
Oh.
maybe because I think I can't have it, maybe because I think I don't deserve it, maybe because I think I won't be able to have my community support me in doing that. I'm going to lose
Hmm.
relationship, I'm going to lose whatever it may be. And that's what led me now in this chapter of my life. I was telling you before we started recording that I met my husband at 37 and we went on to have three babies in the last 4 years.
Oh,
So it was really fast, and I was no longer coaching, and I was really wanting like how can I still use my passion and my gifts in this season of my life where all of a sudden in my 40s I'm a stay-at-home mom with three children under four, like three under
right.
three actually right now. So what can I do to still because I still want to be involved and I still want that outlet. And I just one morning woke up with all of these ideas for journals that I wanted to use. I was like, I want to
Wow.
do this and I want to do this and I need to talk about this. And so I just started creating journals for myself.
Hmm.
And I was like, I'm just going to publish these and see if they would help someone else. And so they're kind of my take on a guided journal.
Uh-huh.
because I think that journaling is the most powerful technology. We have all these wonderful things. I'm so glad we have Zoom so we can talk today,
Yes, yes.
but I don't think there's anything more powerful than a quiet place, a blank sheet of paper, and a pen, and whatever needs to come out of you onto that page.
Right. So your journals are for actually hardcore print to paper, not digital.
Right.
Or can they be used digitally?
I don't think, not at this point.
Mm-hmm.
Because a part of like, I brought some of them out
Oh,
just to
good.
show
Let me
you
see. Yeah.
they're low tech. These are low tech. They're great for ADHD. I have ADHD, so that's kind of like
Okay.
the inspiration here. But so like this is the Sacred Seasons
Oh,
Journal.
that's
So this journal,
beautiful.
thank you. This journal is for understanding the four inner seasons of a woman's cycle, which even when we're in menopause and past menopause, we continue to be cyclical beings. We don't turn into men
Yes.
overnight. We continue to have these inner seasons. And this framework really changed my life. When I started to understand the framework, instead of, before it was like just I needed to know that I was getting a period and when it was going to come. And
Uh-huh.
I knew about PMS because I had it really bad. And
Uh-huh.
but I felt a little bit like a crazy person
Mm-hmm.
before this framework was taught to me, which is inner winter, inner spring, inner summer, inner fall.
Oh,
As a
wow.
yeah. So your winter is when you're menstruating. And then you
Uh-huh.
come into spring when all of your hormones kick back online and your spring is sprung, and you start to get
Yeah.
ideas and you've got more energy. And then you move into summer, and that's where you're bringing that fruit into fruition. You're actually ovulating. You can actually, become pregnant,
Mm-hmm.
but you also have sustained energy. Your hormones are supporting you to really, so you birth something in spring. Now in summer, you've got the energy, the sunshine to actually bring fruit from that before you
Uh-huh.
go into fall, which is your PMS, your premenstrual, hopefully not PMS, but your premenstrual time
Yeah.
where the leaves start to fall. You're cranky because or not cranky. I don't like to call it necessarily cranky, but the way that your hormones are reacting in your body is to bring you clarity for what needs change. And
Okay.
then when you go into winter, that's time to be still and to bleed about what needs to change. So what came up in my fall? Who's ticking me off? What's not working? Where am I too tired? What relationship boundaries were crossed? And then you go and you bleed about it. And then when spring comes, you go make those changes. And you
Mm-hmm.
have those conversations and whatever, you may start looking for a new job or looking for a new place to live or whatever. And just learning like, oh, this is natural. I'm supposed to get a little bit cranky 1 week a
Mm-hmm.
month because that's me going like, what's not working for me
What's
here?
not working?
What's not
Right.
working for me here? And what do I need to make changes about? And you're supposed to rest when you're menstruating and get deeply into your intuition and like what is my intuition telling me and what do I need to change? But I had not harnessed that power. I had not understood that power until my 30s.
Yeah.
And so that's what this journal is for. It's got a section for each season, but then the pages themselves are blank.
Yeah.
There's just a little reminder at the top. You're in your summer, it's a sunshine, and then there's prompts at the beginning of each section. But you can really use it.
Oh,
You can use it to do whatever you want. The prompts are there in case you're feeling like, "Bleh, what do I,
right.
where do I start?"
Right.
They're just to kind of get you started sometimes. But the pages are blank because you may not even need that. You may find that you just absolutely flow and it spills onto the pages, but it helps you track your patterns.
So you do go back. I know a lot of people journal to get it out, whatever
Hmm.
it is, to get
Hmm.
that emotion out and stuff. But I very rarely hear anyone say that they go back and actually study or look for patterns. So tell me
Yeah.
about that practice.
Yeah. It's really helpful. So having it split into the seasons
Mm-hmm.
allows you to, I'm going to show you a page from mine, one that doesn't have
Mm.
too much stuff on it. Okay, so like this is something that I do inner summer. I'll put a light bulb if I have an idea.
Okay.
And so I'll put a little light bulb there. And then if I have an epiphany, I put like an exclamation point. Here's a realization that I'm having, or here's some whatever. So then all of your summer is together. So you can start to see, well, on whatever
Okay.
day 29, I always get hit with a rush of energy and clean the house. Or what,
Uh-huh.
day 28, whatever it may be. Or in my fall, this has come up now 3 months in a row. I'm having this issue with my mom or whatever it may be,
Yeah.
or my husband or my best friend, whatever it may be. I think I need to get really real with myself and figure out
Mhm.
what I need to do here because I'm having the same argument over and over,
Mm.
or the same feeling of worthlessness, or whatever it may be. Or okay, so every month I'm hating my job. Do I actually hate my job?
Right.
And can I
What's
can I
really
sit
going
with
on
that?
here?
Yeah, can I sit
Yeah.
with that? And do I need to make a change? And can I be brave? And maybe you can only be brave in your journal at first
Yeah.
and say like, well, okay, so what do I really want? Well, this is what I really want, and do I believe that I can have that? And why don't I believe I can have that? Or whatever, whatever it may come up, there's prompts to kind of help you with that stuff,
Mm-hmm.
to ask the right questions. Um, so yeah, that's I think this one in particular is for rereading. It's for looking for patterns. It's grouped
Mm-hmm.
together to help you become more in sync with your own internal patterns that are always happening. But
And
like I have other
specifically
ones that
for
are not.
women. So, but you
Yes.
have some for, you have some that are applicable regardless of gender, correct?
Yeah. Yeah.
So tell me about a few of the other kind of theme-based ones
Yeah.
that you're either working on or that are already out there.
Yeah. Well, so I really love this one. This is like my jam right now. This is the one I'm
Uh-huh.
working through. It's called As I Write, I Create, Letters for Letting
Okay.
Go and Moving Forward. So this is there's a 4-step letter writing process that you can do. And the first letter is the unsent letter. It's the truth. Just that if you were to, so let's say, it's your mom or your husband or your best friend or your sister or your children or your body or your
Yeah.
boss,
Yeah.
you write them the letter just unfiltered. You do not edit it. You just write everything that you need to write. And if there's rage, let there be rage. If there's grief, if there's shame, if there's whatever. And
Mm-hmm.
then there's an optional like ritual that you can do if you want to burn it
Mm-hmm.
or rip it up or whatever it may be, because maybe you don't ever want anybody to find this journal and read that, or you need, now that you've actually said everything you wanted to say, you want to get rid of, you want to let it go. So there's like
Yes.
a ritual that you can do if you want to.
Mm-hmm.
And then you go into the next one. So the next part of the process is to write the desire. So write as if it was how you wanted it. So you're having the relationship that you want with them. Like, I love that
Okay.
we can tell each other the truth. I love that we have so much respect for each other. I love that we can get together and just laugh. You write that letter as if you have that relationship with them that you truly long for and that you desire. It's so cathartic. It feels so good. And you feel it in your body. And then the next step is the empathy letter, which is where you pretend you're them writing to you. And you talk about their pain, what you know of it, their experiences, what they long for, what they struggle with, what they're afraid of, where they hold themselves back.
Well, and
And
that could
then,
be the biggest realization
oh, it's
right
huge.
there
It's
is
huge.
that I don't know a lot,
Right.
a lot of this is just a realization that I don't know because I haven't talked to them. I haven't clued into
Asked.
what they're going through. I haven't asked. I haven't
Mhm.
had those conversations because I've been afraid of this number one letter, rage or
Right.
whatever.
I've been looking at
Yeah,
it from my eyes only. And
exactly.
that's okay. I've had enough of that now. I've gotten all that out. Now I want to look at it through their eyes,
Yeah.
And then the fourth letter that you write is like the vision letter, which is them if they were really happy, healthy, fulfilled, and writing you a letter. And so you just kind of go through this process on whomever you need to do it with in whatever, they may be people that have passed, but you
Yeah.
have some stuff that's stuck that you need to get through. Yeah. And it's so wonderful to write a letter that you're not going to send.
Yeah, because one thing that I find the older that I get, that when I'm in a stressful situation or when I'm worried about something, and the older you get, I think the more you worry about stuff because it's
Mm,
not just you, it's
mm,
your family and the world, and
right.
uh, the more stuff that's rolling around in my head, the harder it is for me to focus on any one thing and do it well.
Mm,
So
yes.
a lot of times I have piles of paper here beside me. It's not journals, but if I have something that's persistent, it's like the
Hmm.
woodpecker in my head, I'll write
Hmm.
it down just to get it out of my head.
Yes.
I may not go back to it for weeks, but at least I know it's somewhere.
You parked it.
I
It's
parked it.
parked.
It's
Yes.
parked. Yes, yes. We all need a parking lot.
Right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we do.
It doesn't, you don't have to have a journal. You can just have you or a notebook. Like these are specific
Hmm.
focused
Yeah.
journals for when that's something that you're working with. But, a lot of my journals are just notebooks that I picked up, from the dollar store. Like, I was listening to Neela on your show.
Yes, Neela Ramsey. Yeah.
Yes. And she was like, journaling saved my life. And I was like, girl, me too. And we have such
Yes.
different stories, but it's about that
Hmm.
inner medicine woman of like, if I can be in the pause with myself in the middle of the mess, if I can tune into me, like I know I have all the tools that I need.
We all do. Yeah.
Yeah. And so the journal it's like, to me, it's just like your best friend who's just really deeply listening
Hmm.
and deeply caring and, such a safe place to just say all the things, and like for me, I have a quick tongue and a big temper. And, in my marriage, it's important to me. I learned from my first marriage that you can't take those words back once you've said them.
Right.
And so I love to just like run to my journal and I write my husband that first letter of like all, and then pausing and be looking at his perspective and thinking through that before going and talking to him has absolutely changed. I have such a good marriage. I'm so proud of my marriage. I love my marriage. I love my partner. And it's sad that I had to, learn that way, the way that I learned on but I did. I learned it. And it's a powerful tool. And if I could just talk about one other journal I'm excited
Please.
about.
Yes.
Okay.
Absolutely.
I'm excited because it's launching this week, and I would love to invite any of the listeners
Oh,
to join
yes.
me. So it's called Soft Discipline. So with having three babies in a row and then finding out I have a thyroid issue, I have
Uh,
like 65 pounds extra on me. Not anymore. Now it's down to 60. I've lost 5. But so Soft Discipline is a journal for um, getting healthy. Basically,
okay.
it's the principle of it is setting 5 non-negotiable habits that you're going to bring into your lifestyle, thinking long game,
Hmm.
and then setting if-thens for them. So like let's say the habit is I'm going to exercise, 20 minutes a day, 4 days a week. Harvard had a study that talked about, if you write your goals down, you're like something like over 100% more likely to actually accomplish that goal than someone who doesn't write it down.
Right.
But the second part that really made people cross that finish line was to plan for failure, to know that you are
Mm,
going to fail. You are not going to hit it every day. And so you set up an if-then strategy, which is if I can't exercise for 20 minutes, then I will exercise for 5 minutes. If I can't hit the fourth day, then I will carry that into the next week or whatever it may be so that you're not breaking your word to yourself and being like, oh, here I am again, such a loser. I have no willpower, or those old
yeah.
shame stories.
Yes. The
You shut
guilt.
those
Yeah.
down and you continue to just lovingly take care of yourself. And so there's invitations to run experiments, like play around with what happens if I eat breakfast a little earlier? What happens if I have more protein? What happens if I shut off Netflix and go to bed a little bit earlier? So running those experiments and then tracking it with
Mm-hmm.
curiosity and celebrating your wins. And so it's
Right.
this whole process. It's kind of got like a mini book in front of it that explains it, but then it's open just like the rest of them. And there's like 30-day check-ins of like, okay, so you did that for a month. What in your non-negotiables, what needs to go? What needs to be tweaked? What do you want to add?
Well, that's the nice thing too, is it's not a forever thing. A lot of
Right.
people get it. They hold themselves to some sort of a forever,
Yes.
and nothing is forever. I mean,
No.
it's just not possible from a human experience to run every single day of your life forever,
Right.
right?
Especially as a woman, when we think about our cycle, when
Hmm.
we think about the fact that, you know, sometimes we're going to have lots of energy to support that, and sometimes we're not. And
Exactly.
so okay, good. That's a good thing. Live in harmony with that. So maybe the week, like my if then for when I'm menstruating is I do yin yoga.
Hmm.
I don't lift weights. I do something relaxing that's still exercise and good for my body, makes me feel good. It makes
Hmm.
me hit my goal, but I'm not like, oh man, I didn't go to the gym. It's like I didn't
Yeah.
expect myself to go to the gym because
Right.
I'm not
Right.
doing it, you know, or
Yeah,
kids or life or
building
whatever
those
it is.
expectations, right.
Mm,
Well, I mean, there are things that are going to happen, and when you plan for it, as you said, and I like the whole if then,
hmm.
because it doesn't feel like you're skipping out. You're just replacing it with something that is equally beneficial.
Yep.
Hmm.
And you keep your word to yourself and you get to feel good instead of
Yeah.
shame spiraling of like, here I did it again or whatever it may be. And then
Yeah.
it's like, okay, so if you get to the 30 days and you realize like, wow, I did my if then every day, maybe I'm going to change that goal to this so that I actually am
Hmm.
hitting my goal and I'm going to tweak my if then and
Right.
see how that feels in my body, see how that makes me feel about myself and how I'm taking care of myself. And so then I have a YouTube channel that kind of goes with that and I haven't recorded them yet because I've got babies, but I've got my sitter here tomorrow too.
Yeah.
So I'm going to be able to work on some of that stuff. But the guided visualizations that I've been doing and meditations, and also I'm just sharing my story on there of like what I'm doing and how it's working for me and just inviting people to join me in the journey. And if you're ready to lovingly take care of yourself and achieve the health that you desire, join me. Join
Yeah.
me. I would love your company and I want to hear your story and I want to be a part of it.
Well, I need to make sure that my daughter hears about you and joins you on the journey, because she just had a baby
Yep.
8 months or 7 months ago and had a difficult time.
Mm,
So, she's enjoying being a mom.
yeah.
Um, and she's not stressing about getting exactly back into shape or anything
Right.
like that. Um, but she could use something to kind of help get her in that mode again,
It's so hard
just to
postpartum.
start motivating
Yeah.
her a little bit. Yeah.
Yeah. Of just like, okay, it's so easy to get lost in taking care of a baby and taking care of
Oh,
a husband and taking care of a family and taking care of a business and all the messy stuff, like
mhm.
what your whole show is about. Like especially in
Yeah.
transitions or with midlife and with menopause and with all that kind of stuff, it's like sometimes I feel like you get so knocked off center
Yeah.
that it's like, how do I find my way back to me? And how do I find
Right.
balance of taking care of me and everything else? And
Or
so,
or is it back? Here's one thing that made me think of. Is it back to me, or recognizing the new me?
mm, yeah,
Because as someone who went through menopause finally several years ago, I'm still dealing with symptoms and stuff like that.
yeah,
But this is the new me.
yeah,
I'm not going to be going back.
right, right.
That's just not a
Well put.
possibility. Um, and am I happy with this new me? Am I healthy? Am
Mm,
I happy? Am I, doing what I need to do to
hmm.
to take care of me now?
Yeah. That's
Yeah.
such a good that thank you. Thank you for reframing that. That's exactly I am totally in accordance with that. That's exactly right.
Hmm.
It's like the idea of like bouncing back after a baby. Like I have no intention of bouncing back. I'm a brand new person. I have new stretch marks. I have a new baby. Like there's
Yeah.
no back. There's only forward, like you're
Right.
talking about.
Right.
It's how do I take care of me now? How do I
Hmm.
take care of me in this season? And how does that look? And how can I
Exactly.
bring some intention to that? So I'm really excited about soft discipline. I'm really
Yeah, it
excited to
sounds
start
great.
creating a community around it. So yeah, I love if your daughter wants to join. And it doesn't have to be like, oh, I want to lose a bunch of weight. Maybe it's just I want to invest in more taking care of myself. So I want to set some goals around taking care of myself. Like
Hmm.
whatever, maybe I saw this gal on Instagram. Her whole thing was she's a stay-at-home mom, but she's like, I'm going to get up and put on an outfit and do my hair every day. And I'm documenting that. I just loved that journey for her because she realized she's like, I can't be in my pajamas all day every day.
Yeah.
It's not good for my
Mental
mind.
health.
Yeah. Or
Yeah.
my children.
Right.
So I need to bring some intention to this. So what it does not have to be necessarily, weight loss. That's what I'm doing
Hmm.
postpartum and with my thyroid, but whatever journey
Hmm.
is of loving yourself through soft discipline.
Yeah, I love that.
Yeah.
So we're getting close to the end of our time.
I
So I've
know.
got three questions to ask you at the end.
Okay.
Do you have anything though before we get there that you want to make sure that we impart to our listeners today?
You do not need my guided journals, but I want to encourage you to pick up a pen and paper. And I genuinely feel like journaling is the best technology that there is for self-development, healing, self-exploration, whatever it may be. But if you do want to journal, I would obviously love for you to check mine out on Amazon and leave me a
Okay.
review because these are all new. I birthed these literally like 2 months ago. I mean, I've just been working through, I had so many, that I just was working through learning how to self-publish and learning and getting my artwork and doing all those things. And so they're all pretty new on Amazon. So I would love your feedback and, if they work well for you or if you want, something different, like that's my jam. So I'd love it. I'd love the input and I'd love to do that journey with you.
Well, I'll make sure that the links get into the show notes for sure, so that people
Thanks.
don't have any excuse. They can go straight there and get one.
Or just pick up a pen and paper, and this is my encouragement to you, sister to sister, like you're worth it. So take the time.
Yes, for
Take the time to just
sure.
love yourself and listen to yourself.
Well,
That's my
okay.
last. Yeah.
That's perfect. All right. So close your eyes
Okay.
and tell me what appears in your mind's eye when I say wise woman.
Hmm. My mom is Lakota Sioux,
Mm.
so like a medicine woman.
Mm,
Big smile. She's kind of not crazy, but she says things to intentionally kind of knock you off guard. There's
got
that train
it.
in the background if hopefully it's not too loud.
I don't hear a train, so you're good.
Yeah, she's funny. She's light, but she's deeply wise, but she doesn't take herself too seriously.
Yeah, I love that. I love a wise woman with a sense of humor about herself.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay, great. You can open your eyes and now tell me, where do you like to roam, Ada?
Foothills of Boise,
Uh,
barefoot on the
oh,
trails,
barefoot. I love
barefoot.
it.
My husband and I are out there barefoot all the time. People are always like, "Wow," but we're like, "Do it. Take your shoes off."
Ground, do the
Ground. Oh my
ground.
gosh, it feels
Yeah.
so good. And it's like this really soft sand on the trails
Hmm.
in the foothills. So it's like a foot massage while
Hmm.
I would hike every single day of my life if I could. It's a little harder now with the
Yeah.
three littles, but we still get out there once a week.
Well, that's great. That's
Yeah,
good for them too.
yeah. Oh, they love it.
Oh, I'm sure. Okay, and the final question. What makes you restless in a good way?
My journal making. I have like five more that I'm working on right now that I'm so excited about that I just think are so, they're just the journals that I always wished that I had, things that I've always been kind of doing, and seeing them come into fruition
Oh,
and
I bet it's
like,
wonderful.
oh, it's so amazing. It's so amazing. And I'm just like, oh, if these, help people the way they help me, then that's actually me doing something good with this.
Yes,
And it
yes.
feels so good. It feels like so because I genuinely believe that we're our own best medicine. And so it feels like I'm actually contributing to people owning that and coming into themselves and loving themselves like that, which makes me just feel like, okay, I'm in alignment with what I'm supposed to be doing.
Oh, that's beautiful. Well, I'm certain that you are, given what we've discussed today. I am very interested in several of those, actually. Actually, all three that we talked about. Uh, not so much the cycle one, only because that
Yeah.
I'm kind of in
Yeah.
my winter,
Yeah.
the
Well,
forever winter.
yeah. I mean, you still have like
Mhm.
some of each season, even when you're postmenopausal, but I totally, yeah, it's like
Yeah,
not quite as
it's not as
pertinent, probably.
intense.
Yeah.
Yeah, very definitely different, but
Yeah.
it's worth thinking about what does is it perpetual winter and how do we use that season of rest.
Mm,
It's rest to still continue to grow and still
yeah.
continue to contribute.
Yeah.
So that'll be a good one too. Just
Yeah.
FYI, you can make one of those if you want to.
I think, honestly, I've thought a lot about that too, of just like those different seasons,
Yeah, just
of
one
life.
for every. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
And what shows up there and what can we look at in those places.
yeah.
Yeah, I'm just probably
Well,
gonna just keep making journals my whole life.
well, I think you're doing a great job. I think that people are going to really, really enjoy using your stuff, your prompts, and the ideas that you have to spark their own ideas and
Mm.
self-healing. So thank you for contributing, and thank you for being on the show today, Ada.
Thanks, Julie. It was my pleasure. I love
We'll
your
see.
show.
Well, thank you. We'll see you later.
See ya. Bye.
Julie Noonan here. Thank you so much for listening to Roaming with Restless Women. If you're a successful senior woman leader who would like to be on this program, please visit podcast.intuitivewisdomcoach.com. If you enjoyed this interview, please share this episode on social media and make sure to subscribe so you don't miss any future episodes. Your thumbs ups and reviews go a long way.